Yo, what's up? Kris Gethin here, CEO of KAGED Muscle. Welcome to my pain cave where we're going to be hitting biceps and triceps today in the comfort of our garage, or garage as the Americans say. But you can do this in your bedroom, in the living room, wherever you usually get up to your extracurricular activities, that's where you can do it. So we're going to hit 4 exercises for biceps and 4 exercises for triceps without any excuse, because you may not have access to the gym during the COVID-19 or any other time that you may be busy. Of course, a lot of gyms have started opening, but there is a lot of gyms that have closed down and others that may close down in the future. So if you're not prepared, you're going to be prepared to fail. We're not going to fail. We're only going to find failure in our repetitions in order to succeed with our physiques, okay? So we're going to start off with the first exercise that I put here. You may not be able to understand my writing. You should see my typing, it's even worse. So bicep curls we're starting off to begin with. So this is a standard bicep curl. I've got a resistance band here. I use these from Gym Reapers, but you can use any band, but I like these because they're pretty tough, just like me. So what you're going to do is just stand on the resistance band. You're going to take an underhand grip right here. If you go wider, obviously it's going to be harder. If you go narrower, it's going to be easier. Now, there are other bands that you can use. So I've got different resistances here. So obviously the thicker it goes, there's the purple, like the blue, the harder it's going to be, okay? But for demonstrational purposes, I'm going to use the red. All right, so we're just going to go about a shoulder width apart. I'm going to curl up and down. Full range of motion. Now, because you're not using a free weight, make sure that you control the negative, but pause and contract at the top. What I want from you is about 5 sets of around 15 to 20 repetitions of these bad boys, okay? Make sure you keep your elbows tucked to your side. Turn those palms right up so you can get a good contraction out of the ball of your biceps, and slowly down until you go all the way to extension. And now you should be getting a real good pump. If you've taken your pre-caged, about 40 minutes before your workout, it'll already be in your bloodstream and you'll be getting a good pump already. Okay, so about 15 repetitions there, 4 sets, or 4 to 5 sets, sorry. Okay, then you're gonna go on to hammer curls. So you're gonna perform this pretty much the same way, except you should be a little bit stronger with a hammer curl. So you're gonna stand in there with both feet to widen and shorten this resistance, okay? Then you're gonna hold onto the band with a neutral grip, so palms facing towards each other, and you're gonna come up and then down. Come up and then down. If you're the kind of person that likes to come across the body, you can do it alternative, like so, or you can grab it a little bit lower and pull like that, okay? So that is entirely up to you. What I like to do, once I reach failure with a bilateral movement or both arms together, I like to go unilateral until I've got about 15 repetitions. If you are counting unilateral, remember you've got to count each side, both sides, sorry, as 1. 1, 1, 2, 2, yeah? Okay, just like that. And I want you to hit 5 sets of this exercise as well, of about 15 repetitions. That's gonna be the same reps, the same sets for all of these exercises, by the way. Then we've got concentration curls, okay? So when you're hitting the bicep curls together, that's gonna predominantly work the long head of your bicep. When you're hitting your hammer, it's gonna work the thickness of your bicep. Now we're really gonna try to target that peak as much as we can. So, again, you stand on this and you're going to grab hold of the resistance band about halfway down, okay? And then you're going to curl up and then down, placing the arm on the inside of your thigh. Come up and down, there. So just like you're doing a concentration curl at the gym, or like a preacher curl with the back of your arm on a bench, that's exactly how you're performing this exercise. So you sit on your hips, all the way through your heels, keep your back straight and curl up. Now I like to have my wrist extended down slightly, because if I curl it up, I find that I get a little bit too much forearm action. So I like to take my forearm out of it by extending my wrist. Okay, once you've done one side, you'll do the exact same on the other side, 15 reps on both biceps, okay? 5 sets in total on each arm. And then you've got the high pulley curls. We don't have a pulley, but we've got a resistance band, so it's going to be a high resistance band. So you need to find yourself like a door handle and sit down, or find a pillar like so and stand up. You're going to lean back at a slight angle. Don't worry, these resistance bands are strong. Well, this brand is, I don't know about yours. And you're going to curl up towards your head. Squeeze and back. Squeeze and back. Make sure the backs of your arms stay in one plane of motion, so it shouldn't be swinging up and down. Just let your forearm extend in that curve and come up towards your temples, either side of your temples, and back. Okay, now you should be about halfway through drinking your intra-workout in Kaged. Staying hydrated throughout this workout. Not messing around on your phone just because you don't have distraction in the gym doesn't mean you should be distracted with yourself on the phone. Psych yourself up in between each of these sets, which should be about 45 seconds to keep the intensity. Now we are moving on to triceps. Overhead extensions is going to be your first exercise. So to perform overhead extensions, you're going to step onto your band. You're going to step through, okay? You're going to grab hold of that band with an underhand grip, palms together. You're going to come back, get a good extension, elbows tucked in, and then up. Elbows tucked in, and then up. Now remember, to make it harder, you just grab hold of that resistance band wider, or you can step into the resistance band with your other foot and take a wider stance to make it even harder. Okay, again, same as the biceps. We're hitting about 15 repetitions for about 5 sets. Okay, and you should be training to absolute failure. So if you get to 15 and you've got 5 more in you, you keep going. You just keep going until you reach failure, but make it harder on your next set. Okay, now that's going to work the long head of your triceps, the rear head of your triceps, okay? Now we're gonna move on to the middle portion of your triceps by doing a close grip push-up. So we're gonna be on the floor now, okay? Which way do you want me facing? Anyway? Okay, this way, I've been instructed. So your hands should be about shoulder width distance apart, elbows not pointing out, pointing back, not like a conventional push-up. It should be like that, pushing through your palms and up. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. If you can't do it like this because it's too difficult, you can drop down to your knees until you get your 15. But if you can do more than 15, because this is a free weight or body weight movement, you keep going until you've reached absolute failure. Elbows tucked in is very important on this movement. So failure at 5 sets on that movement. Now, the next exercise we've got is kickbacks. So same as if you were to do this with a dumbbell or with a cable. You're going to take, let's say if we're starting with our right hand, you're going to put your left foot into the resistance band. You're going to grab hold of it. You're going to bend over so your back is almost parallel to the floor, elbow up high, and extend back. 2, 4, that's it. The upper arm, the humerus, shouldn't move at all. Only the forearm. To get a good extension, once you feel all the weight has come off the resistance, then you go back and contract. Because it's a resistance band, I always insist that you pause for a second and get a real good contraction out of that. And once you've done one side, of course, you move on to the other. Step through with the right foot, grab hold of it with the left hand, support your weight with your right arm onto your right thigh and extend back. Easy. Okay, and then we've got one more exercise, and that's line extensions. Is this mic okay? Yeah. I can feel it digging into me. All right, so we're gonna lie back down. This time, gonna wrap it around the pillar or whatever you may have. Make sure it's not a chair that can move. Gonna lie down, grab hold of the resistance bands, elbows up, much like if you're doing a French press or skull crushers. You're gonna extend there, over your head, and then back, get a good stretch. Contract. Remember, with the resistance bands, pause for a second, come back, and squeeze. Come back, squeeze, get a good contraction, keep those elbows in tight, don't let them flare out, and really use the mind-muscle connection. Now, before you start this last exercise, I suggest that you completely drink all of your in-cage to ensure that you finish with a good pump, you're fully focused, you're buffering lactic acid, and you're fully hydrated so you can finish this workout as strong as you begun. And once you've done 4 sets of around 15 repetitions to failure, you are done with today's at-home bicep and tricep workout. As you can see, there's no reason why you cannot work out with intensity, with structure, with discipline and consistency within your own environment and not allowing yourself to get controlled by it. So have your re-cage straight after your workout right now, and then I encourage you to do some form of cardio to get that protein isolate straight into your recovered muscles. Until next time, I'm Kris Gethin, and I'm out.